Cowboys' best defensive player requested a trade on Friday. He posted a lengthy statement on social media explaining his decision. Micah has been at Cowboys training camp.
We haven't talked in months, and giving the impression that somehow your conversation with this player, without his representation, equates to a deal being reached. Even in this business, I'm a grown-ass man. And if I sat up there and I talked to Jimmy Pitaro, or I talked to Bob Iger, or I talked to Burke Magnus or Dave Robertson, somebody, guess what I got to do? Yeah, we can have this conversation.
Jerry Jones may have just declared war on NFL agents, and Stephen A. Smith caught it. Live on air, Micah Parsons sends a message. "I'm done playing games," it started quietly. A vague social media post. A cryptic message about respect and being heard. Then boom! Micah Parsons, the face of the Cowboys' defense, requested a trade, publicly, loudly, and the NFL world stood still. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You're watching the only NFL channel that keeps it real, keeps it raw, and never backs down from the truth. Today's episode. It's not just football. It's war in the front office. But what stunned fans wasn't just the request. It was what Jerry Jones said afterward. When asked whether he's spoken to Micah since the request, Jerry chuckled, smiled, and said, "No, I haven't spoken to him." Yet Jerry still went on to imply that talks were progressing. That a deal was close. That's when Stephen A. lost it on First Take. "He hasn't spoken to Micah's agent in months," he barked. "There is no deal. There is no trust." And this is as egregious as it gets. And just like that, the real story behind the trade request exploded into public view. The agent blackout. Jerry's silent war behind the scenes NFL agents are the backbone of player power. They negotiate salaries, protect careers, guard players from getting lowballed by billionaires who treat loyalty like a one-way street. But Jerry Jones, he's acting like the agent doesn't exist. According to multiple reports and confirmed by Stephen A., Jerry hasn't spoken to David Maluta, Micah Parsons' agent, in months. Let that sink in. Maluta isn't just some small-time rookie. Rep, he's a powerhouse. He negotiated Deshaun Watson's $230 million fully guaranteed deal. He represents stars across the NFL. And now Jerry is apparently trying to skip past him, going straight to the player. As if that makes it okay. Stephen A. blasted this. "I'm a grown man. If I'm negotiating with Disney, ESPN, whoever, my agent is the one who finalizes the deal, not me." Same with Micah. So what is Jerry doing? Why would the most powerful owner in football risk this kind of blowback? Power play or panic move? What's Jerry really afraid of? Let's get real. Jerry Jones isn't new to contract negotiations. He's been doing this for decades. He's dealt with Emmitt Smith, Deion Sanders, Des Bryant, Dak Prescott. He knows the drill. You always go through the agent. So what changed? Here's the theory. Micah Parsons isn't just any player. He's a generational talent on defense, the kind of player who could set a new market at his position. And Jerry knows that. By cutting the agent out, he may be trying to emotionally negotiate. Catch Micah in a moment of loyalty, friendship, Cowboy pride. But Stephen A. says this is more than just strategy. It's petty, it's unprofessional, and it's downright disrespectful. And honestly, he's right. Because in the NFL, skipping the agent isn't just lazy, it's dangerous. The fallout. What happens when players stop trusting the system? Players talk. Locker rooms listen. When Jerry tried to negotiate directly with Micah and cut out Maluta, the rest of the team took notice. How do you think Trevin Diggs felt? Or CeeDee Lamb? Jerry's willing to play hardball with Micah Parsons? What's stopping him from doing it to everyone? As Stephen A. warned, other guys in that locker room are watching. You think they're going to go the extra mile when this is how leadership acts? This isn't just a Micah issue. This is a culture issue, a morale problem, a trust crisis. And when that happens, teams don't play with heart. They don't sacrifice for each other. They just collect the check and look for the next exit. Is Micah trapped? The ugly truth about NFL contracts. Let's talk about control. Micah Parsons is still on his rookie deal, making about $21 million this year. That's solid money, but NFL teams built the system this way for a reason, with the fifth-year option. And then 2 franchise tags. The Cowboys can lock Parsons down until 2028 without ever giving him a long-term deal. In Stephen A.'s words, it's like they own him. And that word, control, that's the word players hate the most. Even if Micah balls out in 2025, Dallas can still slap the tag on him and say, play for us, or don't play at all. He has no leverage. He could sit out, but that's $1.2 million per game lost. He could fake an injury, but that damages his brand, and all the while, Jerry gets to play chess with people's lives. Stephen A. explodes. There is no excuse for this. Back to First Take at the 8-minute mark of the segment. Stephen A. boils over. This is a dude who got Deshaun Watson $230 million. This is not some no-name. There is no excuse not to pick up the phone and talk to his representation. This was Stephen A. at his best. Passionate, furious, unfiltered. And you know what? It wasn't just about Jerry and Micah. It was about every player who's been pushed around, every agent who's been told to wait their turn, every contract dispute that ended with the owner smiling and the player hurt. Jerry knows he has to pay. Micah, that's not the issue. The issue is how he's doing it, and it's pathetic. The bigger picture? Could this change the way stars negotiate? Jerry succeeds in cutting out the agent and getting Micah to agree to a lesser deal. What's next? This could set a precedent. Imagine more owners trying to buddy up to players. Avoid agents. Negotiations. Offer handshake deals in private rooms. It opens a dangerous door. It could weaken the entire agent system. It could leave young players unprotected. And worst of all, it masks control as freedom. A handshake with a billionaire doesn't protect your future. That's what agents are for. That's what representation means. Micah's next move could shake the league, so here we are. Micah Parsons. The star of the Cowboys. The man who makes quarterbacks fear Dallas again. He's backed into a corner. He can. Play through 2025, get tagged, get. Frustrated door, go scorched earth. What if he says, this is my last year here? What if he announces publicly, I'm done after this season? Stephen A. says he'll be called a distraction. He'll be the villain, but he'd just be telling the truth. That truth. Jerry Jones has created a storm, and Micah Parsons might be the lightning bolt that finally cracks the system. Jerry Jones tried to cut out the middleman, but in doing so, he may have cut the heart out of his own locker room. Micah Parsons is watching. The NFLPA is watching. And the fans. We see it too. So here's the question. Is this the beginning of a new era? Or the last gasp of an old school owner who's lost touch with the modern game? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you think Micah deserves better, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stay tuned. Because this story is just getting started.